I'm Divya Mishra and I represent Mahindra COMVIVA under the categories Dream Companies to Work With, Organization with Innovative HR Practices. So before I move forward with what I would like to present under the innovation framework of our HR practices and policies, I would quickly like to tell you a little bit about the organization. So the company was formed in 1999 and it was initially called as Bharti Telesoft. There were a series of acquisitions and mergers which happened, and in 2007 there was a major acquisition with Jatayu Software from Bangalore, and in 2009 the company was rebranded as COMVIVA. We were earlier part of Bharti Group company, but in 2012 Mahindra acquired 51% of stake and therefore our brand name Mahindra COMVIVA. So we are about 1600 employees. We are a product company, B2B product company, 1600 employees spread across 41 countries and having nationals of about 45 countries working with us. So just a little bit prelude, we firmly believe that great organizations are not only known by the numbers, but it is also known by the culture it carries and not only what it displays towards its fellow employees, but also towards its vendors, groups, and of course customers. So our constant effort as an HR team has been to build practices and continuously introduce breakthrough programs, keeping in mind the employee first philosophy, because that's foremost for us. In fact, people focus is also one of our core values. So the first, I'm going to cover, though we have a lot of innovative HR practices, but here I would be covering four of them. Two would be under the participatory culture, and one under technology side, and there is another on the people focus side. So that's how it is, and I will briefly touch upon some of the other practices which we have. So crowdsourcing. So what is crowdsourcing? Crowdsourcing is typically practice of obtaining needed services, ideas or content by soliciting contributions from large group of people. So if you really look at it, most of these companies in some way or the other had reached out to larger group of people to help them either design a particular logo or looks, something like that. So for us, why did crowdsourcing become such an important part? So the need for us was triggered by failure actually. So in 2012, when we were giving our annual gifts to employees, there was initially a selection committee which used to form and decide what kinds of gifts will go out to employees. So when the gifts were handed out, though the intent was good, when we took feedback, this was what we actually got, that it's actually a complete waste. We would like to know the names of people who did that, because do they not really understand what is it that we want? And something like that, this is not what we expected. That got us thinking that, while a lot of companies use crowdsourcing to get ideas on the technical side, why is it not used in HR processes and policies? With that background, we said we will actually inculcate crowdsourcing as a way of life in COMVIVA, so that we create a very user-defined experience. We improve the whole process of change management, because any change management is so tiresome. There are people who will never accept, however good the intent is, and also enhance the overall comprehensive, because eventually it is the user who is actually defining what they want. What are the differentiators here? As I have said, it is rarely used for policy design within companies. One of the big thing is that education, empowerment and change management all happens in one go, because the employee at the last level also feel that he is contributed towards actually defining a particular policy and program. And it's easy to manage large scale. It is absolutely zero financial cost and easily replicable. But the implementation framework of crowdsourcing requires a little bit of thought process, because what is it that you first need to define for yourself to make it successful, as we've been able to do it, is to define the scope of impact and the overall comprehensive. What is it that you're looking for? What are the problems area you want to attack? And then there are certain parts of your program on policies which will be non-negotiable, which you probably will not be, and there is no point going out and taking crowdsourcing ideas on that particular aspects which are non-negotiables. But for the other aspects, you reach out to people. But one thing from our experience, what we've learned, it is very, very important to do a very thorough job. You can't give an option to people and then take that back, because even irrespective of what the cost of it to the organization is, it is important to honor it so that the faith in the whole process begins. And the overall investment is just couple of hours from the IT team to run it. I'm very pleased to also share with you that our employer value proposition was enjoy to excel till about 3 months back, and we realized that is not reflective of what we are truly as an organization. And our recent employer brand value proposition is also been crowdsourced and has now been changed to grow, innovate, and have fun. So employees were actually not only, it's not only just the gifts, right from the insurance programs to the events, date of events, timing of events, how it should be, to something like an employer value proposition, all is done through crowdsourcing.